In this video, I'm going to show you a live audit with actionable tips on how to make a YouTube channel grow that's specifically focused on music. Let's dive into it. Hi, Rebecca. Just going to start by prefacing who am I? So I'm a YouTube consultant working at Vocal Revox and data scientist, which has allowed me to gather a bunch of YouTube channels and given me the opportunity to find patterns in some of the most successful ones. So I'm just going to go through your channel. I'm going to do a preliminary audit without any access to your analytics and see what I can find. You can take and mix and match any pieces of advice here. So first thing is opening up your channel. There's a couple of things on the homepage that I would improve. So I'm going to go to it right here, actually. And the first thing that catches my attention is the description and the banner. What I'd like you to do here is try experimenting by replacing it with the solution that you are providing. So in your case, you're making someone who doesn't know flute or beginner flute into a proficient or advanced flute player. Something along the lines of impress your friends and family like never before with your new flute skills. Or a hook like that. Oscar Owen does a great job of this. You can see in his banner, learn magic, impress anyone, and perform with confidence. This is a magic channel. However, it does have some similarities. And this already gives you the solution, which is impressing anyone, learning the skill, and performing with confidence. Now, this works extremely well because when people go on your channel, they'll understand exactly what they came there for. And in addition to that, this feature video right here, I would put it as one of your most popular videos, which you know that gets a lot of attention. So something very general like beginner flute lessons. Because you know it's popular, that means a lot of people enjoy it. And this is going to give people that value immediately, so they're going to want to stick on your channel for longer. Then another concept that I want to bring up is treating YouTube like a funnel instead of just a browse library. So a big thing that YouTubers do is put the For You banner like this. The problem here is it's going to feed random videos to your audience, and these might not be your best videos. Instead, it's better to arrange a playlist with one video linking perfectly into the other. So you could have one that's how to buy a flute, how to get your fingering right, how to get your beginner songs right, how to get the right pitch, and so on. And what this does is it naturally leads people through the playlist. And this makes the experience much more enjoyable. Then a big thing that creators also do is put shorts. And I'd recommend try and use shorts to attract attention. However, if you have shorts here, it's very easy for someone to click on them and then get lost. Because they're going to keep being fed random videos, and they won't have really much videos to come back to your channel. The next thing I like to do is customize the lead magnets. So I noticed on some of your videos, for example, this one, that you have a link in the description that links to the article. First, I would actually put this as the first comment, and also I'd put it the first thing in the description, because this is going to help people come to it. And instead of just being an article, what I would suggest is you actually make it a 1 or 2 page printable guide. And what you're doing here is first, when people print it out, they're going to always have it in their memory and beside them. So they're going to be referred back to your channel. And second, you can also put an email, kind of an email sending mechanism, where to get access to the resource, you collect the email. And this is going to help you understand who's interested, and that's going to help with conversion rates. Now you can see here that I've covered pretty much all of that here. And something interesting that I was experimenting with was expanding your niche. So just statistically speaking, a lot of people are playing music less and less. So one thing you could try is mixing self-improvement with music. So to give you an example, there's this video over here made by this YouTuber, which actually got 819,000 views compared to his channel average of 3,000 views. And The reason this is so interesting was because it brought so many people who are in the space of music and perhaps didn't play the same instrument, but were open to learning it, to his channel. And you can see that this still attracted the right audience because in the thumbnail, he emphasized the different parts of music. Now, in this clickbaity title, what he talks about is how music has helped him improve his life. And this fully links with self-improvement. And I think that your videos would be fit to do the same. I'm happy to give you some recommendations for titles if you would like. And another thing you can start adding, and this is whenever you release a video from now and onwards, at the end of the video, I want you to think what would be the next type of thing that the viewer wants to watch. And I just want you to lead them to that concept. So for example, if you've made a tutorial teaching people how to make their first sound on a flute, or for example, in this video here, how to remove the plugs from an open hold flute, then you could say, none of this will matter if your fingers are wrong. So in the next video, or in this video here, I'm going to show you how to get the exact positions correctly. And this feeds people one into one and another, and to one video and another, and this really helps with retention. And the last thing I want to mention is you can use a tool like 1 of 10, which gives you this multiplier whenever you scroll on videos. And what this does is it allows you to find which videos are underperforming. So if I go here, obviously looking at the most recent videos wouldn't make much sense because they're just posted, so they'd be expected to have less views. However, if you go to some of the older videos and you can see here, okay, it's a 0.8 multiplier, or let's find something 0.6, 0.5, or even less, 0.2. What this means is this video got 0.2x of the channel average views. In other words, it underperformed. So views are usually a factor of watch time, title, thumbnail, and idea. However, what plays a huge role is the title and the thumbnail. So what I think you can do here is change up the title and change up the thumbnail. And because the video is already underperforming, there's not really much chance that it can hurt, and you have all the upside. In terms of a couple ideas you can use, so once you've found the video by using the video multiplier, you can do a method called contradictory curiosity. So take a common assumption that most people think of and flip it around. For example, a common belief would be practicing sales is boring but necessary. If you flip it around, you could say why you should stop practicing skills and do this instead. And what this is going to do is essentially guide the curiosity of lots of people and get them to click on your video. So if you'd like me to give you some examples of these titles, let me know and I'll send them your way. If you're finding value from this channel audit so far, I have a Calendly link below and you can schedule a free channel audit. We're just going to walk through your channel, I'll give some feedbacks, and even if you walk away from one piece of information, that's going to be a win-win. All right.